and how they help in rehabbing people, solving their homeless problems. I was really motivated and inspired to see, let me try this out and let me find out, and in some way, if I can make a small social change, that's how I kind of got into it. Yeah, I mean, like anybody else, I was a little bit hesitant in the beginning. I always thought, am I taking any big risk? But then once I learned more about the organization, how they are really involved with the individuals, helping them with vocational training, kind of going to little details of getting them driver license and kind of being so deeply involved with those individuals. So it was then suddenly wanted to try this out, and I thought if didn't sound like that big of a risk, so I thought, well, let me see if in some way I can make some changes or make a difference. So to me, I know how hard it is to get your first job, let alone when you are behind bars. So if I could be that individual, helping the organization and in these individuals, I suddenly wanted to be that person. Well, we hired Greg into our production team. He is really happy, a skilled person, but very, very, very motivated all the time. So, but what you kind of feel a big difference is that when you see him happy and working so dedicatedly, in your heart you always look at and get inspired by seeing that you are making a difference in somebody's life. That's bigger thing. This has been a very, very good experience so far. I would certainly be looking at adding more people in our organization through this path. But most importantly, I would certainly encourage you that if you want to be involved in this kind of a social impact in a small way or in any way, certainly should go and without any hesitation look for hiring and these kind of people, and it will certainly, you are going to make a difference in somebody's life, and it's a really good feeling.
All right. Hey, we just love to partner with different organizations. You got to see a few of those. There's many more, like Abode and CityServe, and there's tons of organizations. And what they were talking about with getting donated items, we get from Costco 5 days a week. We get their returns, and a lot of the stuff is amazing. And it helps provide for the home, and then we also just love to give it away. And the men go and pick up the stuff, and they get it all out there. They also serve with all these different organizations. So it's a great way of building their community as they're serving and giving their life away. We also love to get connected with employers. And Raj is one of our connections and partners for hiring men, and he hired Greg. And he didn't know Greg. He didn't really even know me until we got to have a Zoom meeting and sit down and just kind of talk about who we are and how we interact. So if you are someone who owns a business, if you are someone who works and can connect me with the place of your business, I want to talk with you, because we're not just trying to get guys just a job. We want them to thrive. And I want to know what you need, right? I want them to be an asset to you. So I'd love to have a sit down so then I can be thinking about the guy and the job placement, and then just an opportunity to have an interview. Well, hey, I want to call up two very amazing people. Where's Natessa and David? Give them a hand. Okay.
Who's laughing at me back there? I'm just kidding.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Who is getting full? Well, my name is Natessa Martinez, and I am a director here at Arukah. I've been a part of Arukah for, I would say, about 4 or so years. I connected with Josh as I worked in the Tri-Valley with some mutual clients years ago. So it is my privilege to work at Arukah with these men. They are very, very deserving. I'm probably going to gush about them a lot. Like, if you talk to me, I'll tell you some stories of my favorite parts about these men. But this year has probably been the first year that I was able to walk more intentionally alongside these men in their journey. Arukah, is a safe place for people who are coming from various different walks of life, and the meaning of the word is to heal and to restore. And we have successfully seen restoration in many of the residents' lives, but particularly one of my dear, buddies here, Dave.
Projects.
Dave and I go way back to, whenever he came last year, and tonight I would love to highlight his growth for you and some questions. So Dave, welcome Dave, everyone.
Hello.
So Dave, tonight I would like you to share a little bit about your experience and what brought you here to Arukah.
Homelessness. It's not something we typically think about. It's something I had no concept of. Never been homeless, never had a problem. And in a span of 30 days, I was living in a car. Didn't have a place, had to rent the car to survive. Came back down to Livermore, where I had lived the prior 5 years, and needed to figure out what's next.
Thank you. How did you connect with Arukah as a resource?
That was an interesting thing. I originally ended up at the Livermore Warming Center, and I had been referred to that by a flyer. Just happened to see it. Got lucky. And that meant for a period of time when it was below 45 degrees at night, I had 8 hours to sleep on the floor. And then by the next morning, be up, be gone. Then I ended up here at Cornerstone. And on Fridays, they have a lot of services. And one of the pastors here walked me over to a table that had this big Arukah sign. And the gentleman looked up at me and he said, "Yes, what can I do for you?" And I launched in to basically everything that had happened to me and what I was looking for. He gave me an application. I walked away and said, "There's no way I'm going to get in there." So luckily, about a week later, Mark, one of the pastors, a staff member, talked to me on the phone, and 2 months after I had been living in a car, a week after I had to turn that car back into Avis, and I didn't have anywhere, they took me in.
Thank you for sharing that. Can you share a little bit more about how your experience has impacted you and how you've learned to appreciate your peers?
Yeah. Now, I didn't come to Arukah the typical way. I didn't come out of prison. And the thing about homelessness is, I don't care how you got there. We've all followed a different path to end up there. Just like people coming out of prison, they're literally, the doors open, walk out, you're now homeless. Unless you have somewhere to go right away. I was in the same boat. What was interesting was, since I had absolutely no concept of how homelessness impacts people, and my background is as an economist, and I, like most people, was a little apathetic. Didn't really think about it much. I mean, after all, we go to work, we get a place, We grow up, we get married, we get older, we never really worry about it. But when it happens to you, you have to understand it impacts every single decision you make in a day. Because you don't just have not a roof over your head, you may have no transportation. You may have no place to cook a meal or to even find a meal. You may not have cash, money, or a job. And so a decision that takes a normal person 5 seconds, maybe it takes you 3 hours because you have to find resources every day. One of the things that I was exposed to at Arukah were the gentlemen that came out of prison that taught me what it really meant when you journey from incarceration and other problems, ending up homeless. We all got there the same way.
Thank you for sharing. What I want to highlight tonight is Dave's exceptional growth. When I met Dave for the first time, the conversation didn't really go like this. And I think when I met him the second time, and maybe the third time, the conversation also was a little bit escalated. Rightfully so, because Dave's experience, his lived experience, his trauma, his love, joy, pain, happiness, all of that was something that he was grappling with in a new way. So it is truly, truly a privilege to see the growth that has happened in Dave. But so with that, how have you grown even more in that way, and how have you been supported while at Arukah?
You know, one of the things we do in the house is we're brought to God, we're brought to good people that give us, how do I put this, a safe place to hide for a while, okay? Because when you think about it, when you're someone who ends up homeless, you don't only deal with no place to live. You deal with friends that shun you, family that shuns you, people you've known your whole life don't really want to deal with that problem. And for myself, I have to admit, I was full of anger. I was full of resentment. I was ashamed. I had terrible embarrassment. And I wasn't even realizing how much that was affecting my life. It was affecting everything I was doing. And that happens to a lot of homeless people, is they're affected so much by their circumstances that they'll often hide. They often find somewhere safe to hide. And that's, in many ways, the way I looked at Arukah. Arukah was a safe place that I could come in and I could get my bearings and I could figure out, what am I doing next? What do I have to do? Also, the program, we have papers we write as we sort of go through a rekindling of our faith, our history, job, etc. And the one thing that really occurred for me was I had to get over myself, is the best way I can put it. And I used to go up to a park that's up the street, and I used to sit on the park bench, and it took me a few months to really begin to appreciate the situation I had found myself in. And I take responsibility for it wholehandedly. Okay? There were some circumstances that occurred, never planned for them, never anticipated them. And that's the way it occurs for most people. They never anticipate it. We don't anticipate homelessness. We don't anticipate changes in our life that are so drastic that we have to hide. But that's essentially what we do, because we know instinctively as people, whenever we're threatened, what do? We find a safe place to hide. That's just instinctual. And that's what Arukah offered me, was that ability to sit back and think and self-explore. And in the meantime, with my peers in the house, I self-explored with them. And I got to know them. And I got real perspective on this problem. And unfortunately, I was very apathetic and very not in my backyard, not in my life, not something I worry about. And then it happened.
Thank you for sharing that. I think also right now the ability to have peer support at Arukah is at a level that we've never had before, or at least in my experience here. So like Dave said, the peer refinement is something that I'm pretty proud of about us. So Dave, where is your life today and where are you headed?
Well, I mentioned getting over myself in many ways. A lot of that was letting go of anger. And another thing that happened to me was I had grown up in the church as a kid, went to Young Life, which is one of the youth organizations, played basketball, the whole 9 yards. And then when my father died when I was 16 years old, my life pivoted, is the best way I can put it. Because I walked into school the following year, and I don't even think I'd grieved yet. And they said, David, you have to be a full-time college student by the end of today, or you'll lose your survivor's benefits from Social Security. That isn't something people are ready for when they're 17 years old. And unfortunately, I didn't really know what to do except to say, okay. And as I was walking out, they said, by the way, you still have to complete your last year of high school too. So I had to do that simultaneously. When I think back, it's almost the same shock that we go through. We don't anticipate it, we have to pivot. In my life now, I can honestly say that I appreciate life so much more. I'm humbled. The people that came into my life and stretched out their hand and said, hey, we can help you, were not people I knew. They weren't my friends that I'd had ever since elementary school. It wasn't my family. It wasn't anybody I knew. It was the people from the church, from the warming center, from Arukah that said, hey, come in, we'll give you a safe place, and you can work on it. And that's probably the most important thing, is that in our program, we spend a lot of time, and all of us have our personality quirks, okay? We all do. And we all do things that, you know, other residents look at and go, you gotta be kidding me. But that's just the way it is, you know? One of the things that I think I've seen in my peers is incarceration has a way of institutionalizing you. And so when you're incarcerated, to the best of my understanding, you're told when to get up, you're told when to eat, you're told when to go to bed, you're told where to work, you're told what to learn. And then there's always the threat of violence. On the street, it can be the exact same way. People are vulnerable, very vulnerable. And that's why, for the 2 months before I came into Arukah, I lived in my car behind the library. No one knew I was doing that except for a couple people. And it was when I came to Arukah that I was able to kind of, I'd say, package it up and let it go.
So you would say that your ability to have that hideaway, have that safe space to stop, reflect, and heal is something that came from people that are outside of your circle of support, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
If I hadn't had Arukah, if I hadn't had the time to actually not just look at the fact that I'm homeless, but look at the problem. It's a growing problem. We only see the numbers going up. We don't see them coming down. Housing around here costs a fortune. Everybody knows that. And it was through that process that I gained a whole new appreciation for what it means to have that kind of housing. Stable, a safe place. Just as the motto says, to heal, to restore, and then to move on.
That's great. Thank you, Dave. Dave highlighted something that I personally have, we are way over, connection to. But I do want to acknowledge that when family has given what they can, that it is oftentimes people outside of the family circle that support that stage of change. So I just want to thank all family members if you're here. If everyone can give a round of applause for family members. Dave, thank you so much. And I'm sorry it's the 6 minutes over, but thank you all.
Thank you.
My name is Eric Lee, and I volunteer at Arukah because I get to be privileged to experience God's power firsthand, working with the guys and seeing God change their hearts and their souls and their spirits and their attitudes, their thinking, their feelings. It's an honor and a privilege to work with people with such diverse backgrounds. And I learn so much about myself, the world, what God's doing, and I get to experience the joys of them as they accomplish things to move into a new season of their life. Some of the more challenging moments have to do with waiting and being patient on God's timing, as the most important thing maybe is waiting for job opportunities, actual job offers, and just getting job interviews. Helping with conflicts with some of the guys at the house or outside the house. And that can be a wonderful learning experience, but it could be a challenge, and it can bring heartache, but it can also bring joy. It also does bring joy to us when we find out ways to how we can love each other more and care for each other more and respect each other more. Working through the levels, meaning the reflection papers and the reading, because sometimes that can seem to be a little bit of a repeat maybe for some of the guys where they've already done some projects where they've already reflected. But to me, they're entering into a new season, the transition season, which is very important. And so I think it's good to help them through reflecting on what their goals and aspirations and things they're working on currently to help them through this particular time in their life, and rebuilding trust in their families. And so we try to walk through it together, helping them heal their relationships in their families with their sons and daughters, with their brothers and sisters and moms and dads. The joys are when the guys get a job. That's huge. Also, it's a joy when we are learning new things together. And they could seem small, but they're actually huge. When they're doing things at the store or at their job, and they're getting tested or with temptations or something like that, and we talk about that and how to handle it and how to be ready for the next time it happens. But for me, it's actually when they confess their shortcomings. It helps me reflect on my own faith and being transparent And the freedom that brings when you are, just honest, gut level honest with each other. It's joyful when they're making decisions to be very intentional about reconciling with their families and friends. It's a joy to be around people with such diverse backgrounds. I'm learning so much about what God does in the world and just how small my world is. And just learning about how different people were brought up and with different values and how we can, and actually it helps me think about unity, how important unity is, what we need to really die on the hill for, and most of the stuff we can just kind of let go and just, respect each other. And that's another thing, learning how to respect. I'm learning how to respect others in a better way. As a volunteer, I get to witness and feel God's power and His love and His mercy and transparency firsthand. I just want to go where God's working, and God's working in the Arukah house to change their very life, to change their very minds and hearts and values to new ways of spending money, setting life goals and directions. So, and you get to learn so much about yourself. That's another thing. This is a great opportunity to do that. It's just a great honor and privilege to be part of these guys' life, be part of the staff. I love working together. We're kind of in the trenches together as far as the staff is, and we all have as far as working, getting the guys to be more godly men and independent.
Eric Lee is one of our core volunteers. We've got a lot of volunteers that work in different ways with Arukah, but Eric is different. He gives his Monday nights to run some of our house meetings and Bible studies, and now he's teaching Financial Peace University inside the home, and he's done that a couple times. Eric, where are you at? You're around here somewhere. Let's bring Eric up real quick. Give it up for Eric Lee. Come on up, Eric. We want to honor you because everything that you have done for these guys throughout the years, it's not just this year, but we wanted it with a Volunteer of the Year award for 2024. And you are special, and really, we love you so much. In fact, the guys want to say something to you. Can you guys roll that video?
Eric, it was like my second day at Arukah, and he just like showed up and walked into the house, and I was the only one downstairs. And he introduced himself to me, and we ended up talking for like 3 hours. And ever since then, me and Eric have been close, and I look forward to my meetings with him every week, and we talk during the week, and we share Bible study notes and different things, and he's been pivotal to my time here at Arukah.
Hey, Eric, first of all, they're paying me to do this. But second of all, we just want to let you know how much I appreciate you, man. You're my favorite Cal Berkeley alumni outside of Marshawn Lynch, Aaron Rodgers, and Deshaun Jackson. But I appreciate our talks and the time that you spend with me, motivating me to be the best I can be. Appreciate your academic position with the students of this area, and I just appreciate you all together, man. Thank you.
Hi, Eric. Just want to say thank you for all the many kind words of wisdom. You've been such a great mentor and such a huge influence on my life. And I know that definitely when I count all my blessings, I count you as one of them, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for all your time and help with Bible studies and everything you do for us. And appreciate everything going on, financial and all that, the financial planning. That's all coming out good. All right.
All right, Eric, I want to let you know that I appreciate you. You've been a great help to me as I've been here at the Arukah House. April, I'll be here a whole year. So I want to thank you for everything that you did for me. You have a blessed day.
Hi, Eric. I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for putting in all the effort and hard work for this program, and you put a good effect on me. I appreciate all the times you've heard me out and given me wisdom on the things that I didn't see for myself. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done, and to say that God's got something good for you, for all the hard work you do and all the time you put in for this program and all the time that you put in for me. I appreciate everything you've done. You've been a good inspirational and strong, wise leader to me. I couldn't thank you anymore. I just want to say you're the best.
Which one's Eric? Eric, thank you for everything you do. You bring a definite enthusiasm and love of the gospel that I've seen rarely in other people. So thank you so much for what you do. You deserve this award, and I appreciate you.
Mr. Eric Lee, just thank you. No, it's on. It should be on.
Hello?
There you go.
I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, I get way more blessing than
I know.
just being there, and man, I love you guys all, and man,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Give it up for Eric. Thank you. Thank you. If you're interested in serving at Arukah, we actually have a volunteer booth right in the back. She's waving her Victoria. She's waving her hand. You can find out more information that has all our contact information. She'll be able to direct you. But we've got many people like Eric and others who serve and serve and serve with these guys. And like Eric says, it is a blessing. Two more volunteers who are on my board I'd like to introduce. Mr. Andy Byron and Diana Sackett, come on up. And they've been with me for, Andy's been with me since the beginning. And Diana's, I've known her forever, but she's joined us a couple of years. So take it away, you two.
Hi, Diana. How are you?
Hi.
Maybe you can tell all these lovely people what you do on the Arukah board.
Hi, I am a newer member of the board, not a younger member, just a newer member. And
One clear leg. What was the two?
I love being on that board. And what my role is that I'm involved in prison ministry, and so I kind of bring that perspective to the board, which part of the reason that I love that board is because every decision, every situation that comes up, the whole board just trusts God right through it. So Lord, thank you for that. I appreciate that so much. I also appreciate Arukah because the mission of Arukah is so close to my heart. I go into prisons and jails, and I get to see people who have changed their lives. And but it's scary, the thought of getting out, because there's so little support in most places for people getting out of prison. And so I love the fact that Arukah provides that for men. And I've seen so many beautiful examples of what Arukah is able to do in these men's lives.
So when you're in prisons, you get kind of an understanding of who's going to be released.
Yes, and yeah, and you get a sense of what it is that people are looking for, the system, how the system works.
And we may have to wait months for a person who's scheduled to be released to actually be released.
That's right.
And so what we're trying to do is juggle the beds, make sure that when this man is released, that we have a bed for him, that we have a home for him, that he can start a brand new life.
That's right. Praise God.
Yep. And because this is a faith-led and Lord-led endeavor, we are truly find it a blessing to be on this board. My name's Andy Byron, by the way, and I'm the treasurer. Josh called me a guardrail earlier tonight. And so what we do as the board is we get together every 90 days and we talk about, how are the guys doing in the house? What are the finances? I have a financial statement presentation. We talk about the budget. We talk about fundraising. By the way, I want to thank each and every one of you tonight for being here. Not only the people who've been with us kind of since the beginning, but I've noticed that there are a lot of new people here tonight too. And I know that on a Sunday night, you have a lot of different things you could be doing, but you chose to come here. And for that, I am truly thankful and grateful. The other thing that I'm grateful for is Arukah itself and what we're able to do at the house, where we take a person who's either been homeless or recently incarcerated, they get out, and typically, they'll be on the street not knowing where to go with a couple $100 in their pocket and really no plan. By coming to Arukah, we give them a plan. There in Bible study, they get together with the other guys, they meet the other guys, they cook together, they clean together. They are truly a God-inspired community. And they come from a variety of backgrounds. And this is really an organization like no other. And really explains that it's a really special organization. These guys are special, and all the people on the board are special, just like you are special being here tonight. There are a lot of organizations that we can contribute to, but Arukah really satisfies my why, which is I want to be impactful with my time and effort and money, and Arukah gives me that opportunity. Amen. So I want to thank you. I think we're almost out of time here. Is there anything else you wanted to add, Diana?
I really appreciate Arukah and everything that it does for these men, and the kind of Andy and I went to their Christmas party, and it was so amazing and so fun. And not only did I get to spend some time with the men, I also, it was silly. We played bingo, we took pictures, and it was just a beautiful time of fellowship. And it was so fun to get to know the guys.
So, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here, because without you, we couldn't be doing Arukah.
Amen.
That's true. Nicely done.
That was awesome, wasn't it? That's great volunteerism. That's giving back. And that's what you're getting ready to do. If you can fix it with a credit card, it's not so bad. Amen. All right. We got a handful of auction items left. Where's my barbecue man, by the way? Somebody bought the barbecue right here in the middle, and we want to make sure that we don't sell it to somebody else. Was it right here? Whoever that was, reach out to one of the helpers, make sure that we, because I want to take it home, very honestly, so you better get it before we go any further. All right, let's go to the next, number 5 on your list there. This is kind of a cool thing. If you have I'm going to use the vernacular here. If you've got a ride that deserves this, then you should absolutely see. I know people that love cars understand that tinting. Now, you all live here where it's nice and cool, But when you come over to Sacramento and visit me, and it's 119 degrees, you're going to be so thankful that you bid this up. All right. First of all, a big thank you to Rocky Mountain Window Tint because they're the ones putting this out here. Give them a hand. This is awesome stuff. Get your windows tinted professionally by these guys. They'll make it look sweet. You're also going to get a free smog check. Would you like to thank the state of California for making that possible? That we all need them. So it comes with a free smog check at Dick and Ryan's Auto Repair. So let's start with $150, and that's only one window, but somebody's going to have a car that has to have it. They're at $150. What about two? Anybody $200 out here? You all know this is really expensive too, by the way. I got $200. Thank you very much. Is there a $250? We got $250. $250. Hello? Hello? I'm gone. They did. They got $250 right. $250 right there. But that's my name. Okay, that's fine. 200, 250. You got a new one? Thank you, man. Where's three? There we go. Thank you. Love you guys. Where's three? Where's my three? Right there. Three. What about four? Four. Right there. 350. 350. 350. Okay, now where's my four? Where's the four? Thank you very much. Where's 450? I need 450. I got 450. Where's about 500? I got 500. Thank you very much. Where's 550? 550. 550. I got 500 right over here. 550. Do I have a 550? Oh, you got to have this. I mean, we're still way under retail. 500 right here. Where's my 500? Raise your card again, just so I know you're talking. I'm talking to the right person. 500, 500. Where are you? You're right there. Okay. Oh, that's a 500 there. I love you. I'm sorry. Would you like to go 550 and solve my problem? Thank you very much. Are you going to go $600 and beat her down? No, 550 right there, and I'm going to hold any longer. 550 once. 550 twice. Somebody scream. Oh, give him a big hand. That's a beautiful purchase right there. Thank you very much. All right, we got a couple of really cool things coming up, and we're going to go quickly. Durango is over there, just a little bit. How many like the national park system? You love national parks? Yosemite, we own a couple of the best here in the state of California. But the nice people of Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico, they will share from time to time in the national parks. This is an opportunity for you. It's historical downtown Durango, Colorado. It's 7 nights, 3 bedrooms, a full bath, and you're going to sleep 5 of you, located in southwest Colorado. So on the westerly side of the slope, there is all kinds of cool things. There's the steam train is in that town. They've got the canyons, the southwest Colorado San Juans are right there, the national forest. Miles and miles of hiking if you like outdoors. Four Corners, where the 4 states meet, 85 miles. Telluride, one of the most famous ski resorts in the nation, 111 miles away. And Pagosa Springs, one of the most beautiful places in Colorado, in my personal professional opinion, is just about 60 miles away. So let's go 7 nights, Colorado. Let's start with $400. Anybody want to go to Colorado for $400? Thank you very much. Where are you, honey? Right there, $400. Where's 5? I got $400 right here, but I need 5. 400's right there. Anybody got to go to Colorado for 500, number 66. Thank you very much. Now about 6. I got $500 right at 600. Thank you very much. 6 worth 7. You want to go 7? 7, number 55. Thank you very much. $700 right there. Would you have an 8? Do we have an 8 bid? We got $700 right over there, but I'm going to go 8. $700, so we're going to go $700 right there at 55. Anybody want to go 8? 8. Do I have somebody hollered out there? 66, 8, 9. I got 8 at 66, young lady. 9, I got a 55. What about $1,000? Where's your 1,000? Right. Point me out. I'm gonna make sure I got the right person. $1,000? There, right there, $1,000. That young lady right there, $1,000. What about 11? We got $1,000. Let's go $1,100. This is worth it. It is worth the time and trouble. We got 1,000. I need $1,100. Anybody gonna go with me? $1,000. $1,000. $1,000 once. $1,100. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say, because this man walked in faith and so did she. I got an $1,100 bid. I'm gonna sell it to him, and I'm gonna sell it to you if you'll take it for $1,100. Will you take it? There we go. 2 buyers at $1,100. Give them a hand. Awesome. And now I'm just jealous because I want to go to Colorado. What a beautiful time. All right. Lake Woodward boating. You go across I-5, you keep going, you get to you get to one of those little towns over there, turn left, it's out in the Central Valley. Beautiful place to spend a summertime on a boat. This is awesome. So with Captain Jeff and Captain Allen, you're going to be hosted for a day, a super air nautique wakeboarding boat. They're going to teach you how to wakeboard, and then there's going to be opportunities to be either on a raft or spend the day just on the beach or on the boat and coaching. There's a couple of jet skis. I mean, this is heaven. This is going to be a wonderful time. It'll be a fantastic day. Jet skiing, tubing, beach hangout, 8 guests maximum, sometime between May and October, which is perfect for the Central Valley, on a boat on a lake. All right, this baby is worth some time and money, but let's start at $500. Who wants to go to the lake for $500? Anybody going to go to the lake for $500 and spend all that time in a boat? Where's my $500 boater? There has to be a $500 boater. Hello? Anybody with me? $500, thank you very much. What about 6? You got 6 right here? Okay, we got 6 right in the front. What about 7? We've got a $700 boat. We got a $600 boater right over here. I need a $700 boater. Oh, we got to go on the boat. Again, not that far. Lots of warmth, lots of food, lots of opportunity. 6? You're going to give it away at 6? Okay. There's nothing I can do. I can pray for a moment. Oh, Lord, send a $700 buyer. Okay, we got 6 once. Anybody going to go 7? I got 6 twice. Oh, the quiet. That's all right. Give him a big hand for $600. Going to spend some quality time in, that's probably San Joaquin County. All right. We're down to number 8. Pelican Cove Lake House on Clear Lake. Beautiful Clear Lake. If you haven't been around there for a while, it got some bad press about a decade ago. That place is all cleaned up and gorgeous, and what a wonderful opportunity. You're going to be out in wilderness and only drive about 2 hours, I guess, from here. So it's Clear Lake. It's enjoy 3 nights, so a beautiful time. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. It'll sleep up to 12. You don't have to take everybody, but you can if you want. It's on the Rumsey Bay, which I believe is the westerly side of the lake, but the whole thing is a gorgeous drive all the way around it. The house is newly renovated. It lends itself to relaxing with friends and family. The deck has a beautiful deck where you're going to spend most of the time soaking in the sun. There's a hot tub. You can watch the birds. Clear Lake and it all. It's worth every moment that you can possibly spend there. Let's start with $400. Who wants to spend a $400 weekend? That is like nothing per night. Here we got $400 right over there. What about 5? I got $500 right there. Thank you very much. Anybody 6? We got 5, 6. Thank you very much. We got 6 right here. What, 7? 7 at number 66. What about $800? $800 number 300. We got 800. What about 9? I got $800, $900 in the very back. What about 1,000? I got 9 way in the back. What about 1,000? Anybody going to go 1,000? 900, 1,000 right there. Thank you very much. What about 1,100? It's going to be worth it. You're going to have a great time. I got 1,000 in the back. I need 11. Anybody want to go 11? I got 1,100 right there. What about 12? You want to go 12? You want to make sure that it's worth it? It's worth it. It's just $100 more. 11 looking for 12. I got 11 right back here. I'm looking for 12. I got $1,100 once. $1,200. What about 13? I got 12 right back there. We're going to go 13. We're going to go 12, 12, 12. We got 12. We're going to go 13. I got 1,200. I got 1,200. I got 1,200 once. Oh, $1,300. What about 14? I got 13 right back there. What about 14? 13 looking for 14. I got 13 right here. What are we looking for? $1,400. 13. Oh, it's $100. Come on. No, I've got 13 looking for 14. 13 once. 13 almost 2. 13 2 3/4. Is that 14 number 257? Are you going with 257 is going to go 14? Who's going to take her down at 15? I got 14 right here, and I'm going to do it quick. We got 1. Oh, $1,500. What about 16? I got 15 right here in the back. What about 16? 15 looking for 16. 15 looking for 16. 15 once. 15 twice. 3. Somebody lay hands on him. Okay, here we go. 15 once and twice. All in, all done. The 15 right there. Give him a hand. That's a beautiful time up in Canocti Harbor in Clear Lake. All right, Chad Bayless, are you in the house? Chad, where are you, buddy? Wait, but there's more. Oh, you should take it. 2 of them at 15. Would you give both of them a hand? And would you thank the owners of this? What a gift. Thank you. That is a sweet thing to do. And they're going to come back next year, and you're all going to be sitting here listening and seeing the stories and going, I should have bid more. But we'll worry about that next year. All right. Again, give those 2 a big hand. And everybody else that's bid so far, we're down to our last item, but I want to give everybody that's been a part of this just a sweeping thank you. Would you give them a hand? What an opportunity. What a good time. What a gift to the ministry. This is how it should go. All right, Chad Bayless, are you in the house somewhere, brother? Come up here. Come up here. I'd like to introduce you to Chef Chad. Chef, tell us a little bit about your background. We don't have a lot of time.
All right, born and raised in Livermore. Was a youth counselor with Josh when I was 13 years old and kept in contact with him and just love to support Arukah and all the work he does.
And you are at Hotel NIA, is that? Hotel NIA, okay, which is a very fine establishment in the city, as I understand. Okay, so you know how much you have to pay to have a real chef? Not these phonies on television that looked in a book. This guy can actually do the job, and here's what the opportunity for you is. Chef Chad is going to create a custom menu for you and 9 of your friends. So 10 of you. I know some of you are going to have to work on finding 10 friends, but we're going to pray for that. Okay, so it can be friends or family. They don't even have to be friends. They can be family. He's going to create a menu, personally prepare this meal for you at the location of your choice, assuming that it doesn't require a passport, and you will provide you up to $250 worth of the ingredients. You're going to get a lot of food for $250, and then if you come up with something crazy, in like a little moose head stew, might have to throw in a couple bucks, but check that out right there. I'm already just eating and I'm starving to death. That looks good. All right, so he's got a menu is going to be limited to what kind of equipment you have. If you're living in a travel trailer out in the state park, you might not get as much as if you've got a normal kitchen home, but just work with him. So, and time and location going to be discussed with this fine young man. First of all, I want this crowd to give him a hand because he's coming to spend his time, his effort, and going to come to your house. This is good. All right, let's start with at least the food. It's $250 to roll the ball. $250 right there. Where's $350? $350 right there. $450. $450 in the right there. Yeah, thank you. $450 is $288. What about $550? Where's $550? $550. I'm looking for $750. $750 at $76. $750. What about $900? Where's $900? I got 2 of them with the 9, but let's go with $1,000. Which one of you are going to stay there for $1,000? $1,000. How about 11? I got 2 of you for 11. Well, I got 12. Now I got 13, 88, and 77. $1,400, $1,500, $1,600. $1,600 right now at 77. Anybody want to go 18? I got $1,700. Anybody want to go 18? I got 17. We got the food is going to get 18 right here. What about 19? 19 and 77, 19. What about 2,000? I need $2,000. The food's getting cold. 2,000 right there. Thank you very much. $2,100, $2,200. Where's $2,300? Do I have a 23? I got 22 right back there. That's 22. You're 22. Okay, where's 23? Anybody want to give it up for 23? I got $2,200. Oh, that's going to be such a good night. By the way, that's cheap. 20. Okay, there we go. What about 24? You want to go 24? 24. 88. 24. How about 25? 77. You're going to go $2,500 right there. What about 26? Anybody want to go 26? 26 and 96. 26 right here. Anybody got to 27? 27. Looking for 28. I've got 27. Way in the back. Yep. 77. You're 27. Okay. $2,800. I need $2,800. That's really cheap. You've gone to the restaurants lately, right? $2,800. What about $2,900? $2,900. Wait, 29, thank you very much. What about $3,000? I got 29, I'm going to go 29. I'm going to go 29 once. I'm going to go 29 twice. Does anybody think I should wait longer? $3,000! All right, $3,100, $3,100, $31, $31. I got $3,000 right here at 13. Well, table. 3,000. 31. What about 32? I got 31 in the back. 30. I got 31 in the back. I need 32. 32? Oh, she's looking at it now. Yeah, honey, 77 to 31. Okay, 77, 31. It's only $100. 31 looking for 32. 31 looking for 32. Look at him. He's worth every dollar of it. Here we go. 31. You're going to go 32, 31 once? Isn't anybody over here hungry? 31 twice. 32 right there. Woo! Hallelujah! Feeling good about it. I got 32 right up here. What about 33? 33? Raise your paddle for 33. Yeah, you might as well. The Lord will bless you. 32 right here. 32. I got 32 on table 13. 32. 32. 32 once. 32 twice. Can't you just taste it? It's going to melt in your mouth. 32. Give her a hand. What a great day. God bless you. We've had a great night. Now, I know that most of you are not going to be able to have a $3,200 dinner, but I love her for doing that, and the rest of us for participating. But now it's your turn. You saw the videos. You heard the testimonies. We have pointed to men and women who have volunteered their time, their talent, their treasure. They have dedicated it to young men who needed a hand. They needed somebody to care. And we all know that in this society that sometimes those that have had difficult times in their lives, and we're not going to excuse it, but they paid that debt. That debt is paid. But it didn't turn into an investment for them. Now they're at a place where they need help. And let me tell you, I have family that I could turn if I had needed help, but not everyone does. I had a church home that if I would have needed help, somebody would have reached out for my church home. Not everyone does. These folks desperately and deeply and lovingly need us to help them back. And that's your opportunity. On your table, there are envelopes, and there are also the QR code. If you take your phone and just go to the QR code, you can make a gift this evening. And I want you to dig down deep. If it was your brother, if it was your uncle, if it was your son, who would you want to care? I think it's the people in this room. I think it is the people that have come out tonight and enjoyed this, and have enjoyed the food, and have enjoyed the fellowship, have enjoyed everything that we've done this evening, have enjoyed the auctions, have enjoyed the conversations, and now they're going to enjoy giving back. Will you take out your phone? Will you take out your pens? Will you make a donation this evening? I'd like to see if you're going to make a $1,000 donation. Well, just raise your hand. Just make a $1,000 donation. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. What about some 500s? Do we have some $500 givers tonight? Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, these folks are going to need it. This ministry will use it and use it well. At $100, at a minimum of $100, will you write your name down? Will you give them your contact information? Will you put your financial contact onto that thing? And make sure that the gentlemen that we have seen tonight, that they won't be the last. They'll just be the beginning. God bless you all. Give it to the glory of God. God bless you all. Well, Josh, we got a little raffle. You want a chat raffle? Oh, an interview. Well, in that case, I'll just get out of your way because I'm causing nothing but trouble.
Give it up for Greg. We're so thankful for you. Thankful for your generosity. I'd like to introduce you to my friend, Mr. Gregory. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
You got to pull that right up to your mouth.
Okay, yeah, I'm doing great.
You're doing great. And you know, you've been with us for how long now?
Well, next month I'll be here a whole year.
A whole year. Get it right under your chin or else they can't hear
be here
you.
a whole
There
year.
we go. Well, hey, we love you. This whole group, whether they know you or not, loves you and are thankful that you're here. And I'm thankful that you give your time to be able to do this, and we've seen amazing growth in you. But tell me a little bit, or tell us a little bit about what life was like before being incarcerated, before coming to Arukah.
Well, life for me wasn't too good. I was in the streets. And you know, when you're in the streets, when you know you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing, there's consequences behind that. And one thing I can say, and I'm truly blessed for, is that Pastor D and Sunset Church accepted me for who I was and
Right on.
didn't judge me.
Yeah, isn't that amazing having a church that you walk into? And that's the beautiful thing with partnering with so many different churches in the Valley. You walked in there and you were instantly loved and accepted.
Yes, I was.
That's awesome.
And I want to thank Pastor Martin and Stu and you and Kelly and Natessa for helping me. I wasn't in a good place, but you accepted me for for who I was. And even though I was struggling like I was, you didn't give up on me.
Nope.
You didn't do that. So that's a blessing in itself. And I want to thank Miss Pamela Price. She let me come home.
She let you come home.
She let me come home. That's a blessing. Yeah. I had 75 life. I never think I was coming home.
Yeah. You spent how long in prison?
I was gone for 23 years.
23 years. And how old are you right now? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 64 now.
You're 64. So 23 years and coming out when you're 64, that's a different kind of life from 23 years ago when you went in, huh?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The reason why I say I'm blessed, because I have a roof over my head. I'm in the Arukah house. The Arukah house has helped me a lot in a whole lot of ways. They bless me. I got a job that I love doing. I get up every day. God give me the blessing to get up every day to go to work. And I want to say one more thing. I met a gentleman here when I first got here to Arukah. His name is Rick. Rick did help me a lot as far as my growth. That man didn't know me, but he took the time out of his time and the love that he had for God and showed me how to do what I needed to do around here. So I'm blessed that all these people are here to help us at the Arukah House, because the Arukah House does a lot of good work for especially gentlemen like me getting out of prison. And
well, tell me a little bit about that. Like, what have you experienced? What are the things that we have helped you with, right? Because every guy's different. Your situation was definitely different. How were you served during your time that you've been with us?
Well, I've been served great. The Arukah House helped me a lot, Josh, a whole lot more than you even think I know. But it wasn't just the Arukah House. It's everybody that's a part of the Arukah House that helps us in that house. Like David said, we all come from different backgrounds, all of us. But one thing I can say, since I've been here at the Arukah House, I've grown a lot. Spiritually, I've grown a lot. And that's because of Eric and Pastor D. Because sometimes I come to church and I'll be feeling some kind of way, and it seems like Pastor D know what I'm going through, because he'll say something. And I'll be like, and I will go talk to him and tell him, Pastor D, you must have knew I was going through this.
Yeah, Pastor Darren is an amazing pastor. He's a good friend, and I know he loves each one of you guys. I know he loves you.
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of respect for Pastor D.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for him.
So what would you say, actually, I want to ask you about something, because when you came out, one of the things, it's not all work, it's not all getting connected, there's also fun.
Well, I had a lot of fun. You made sure of that. I had my first birthday at the Arukah House. I turned 64 at the Arukah House. And we went to a retreat. And the Arukah House took me to Santa Cruz. And me and Josh and David got on the roller coaster. And I had a ball. Because I love roller coasters. I love riding.
Since he got out and he came in, because you came right in, he goes, Josh, my birthday's in October, and all I want to do is ride a roller coaster. And so his birthday was during the retreat. I'm like, hey, bud, we're going. Let's go hit that roller coaster. And we bought you a picture and everything, because it was the funniest picture. We got right in the front. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and I enjoyed that. I really did.
Because it is about recreating, it's about doing life, right? It's about transitioning into life. It's about restoring relationships. And one of the great things that I have found with you is how you've restored your relationship with your family.
Oh, but that was because of the Arukah House. They allowed me to get reconnected with my family. Like I had a grandson, he was nothing but a year old when I left. He's finna be 25 now. So I'm trying to build a relationship with him. My granddaughter, she's finna be 20, so I'm trying to learn, but I have two beautiful great-granddaughters that love me to death.
The pictures are amazing. He'll send me pictures of this beautiful baby, like 3 years old. She's wonderful.
And she loves her pawpaw.
She does love her pawpaw.
She's very aggressive.
Yeah.
So that's a blessing right there.
Is that why you're always sore when you come home? Like,
oh, wow. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, I had one of the best blessings I've had in a long time. I was with my sisters.
How long has it been since you've seen your sister?
I haven't been with my sisters in like 30 years.
Yeah.
That was a blessing.
Yeah.
But it all comes back around to the Arukah house because they allow me to do that.
Yep.
And it feels good, Josh, for me to be able to reconnect with my family.
Yeah.
And that's why I always tell you, I don't want to go back to Oakland. That's where I'm from. But I don't want to live there no more.
Why is that? Why don't you want to go back to Oakland? That's your old home. You have family there.
I have family there, but that's a trigger for me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't live there. I'm a different man now. So I don't want to put myself in a position to where I have to do something I don't want to do.
Yeah.
So
why?
My meeting, being here at the Arukah house allows me to be relaxed and comfortable where I'm at. Yeah. And Sunset does that for me. That's my comfort zone right there. I could go to a different church, but I don't want to go to another church.
Yeah.
I like going to Sunset.
That's awesome.
So that's good for me.
Hey, tell me, you're almost a year being with us. You got the job. We're working on getting the license. We're working on housing, all those kind of things. But if you were to tell somebody who's in prison right now, what would you tell them about Arukah?
I would tell them that's the best program they can have, especially if you're trying to get your life right. Yeah. And that's the Arukah house has allowed me to do that. Yeah. And I have fun with my brothers in the house.
Yeah.
We have fun together. That's what we do. Yeah. And you allow us to do that, to interact with each other. And that's good. We need that. Even when some of us not feeling good, that's what we come in at. What's going on? What you need. Whatever you need, we're going to help you. We're going to do this together because we're here together.
Yeah, and I see that. I see you guys taking care of each other. It's like almost like a healthy family, and there'll be conflicts and stuff like that, but really, you guys work it out and you keep moving forward together, encouraging one another and spurring one another on to do well.
Well, you know who my arch enemy is, but it's in a good way.
It's in a good way.
It's in a good way. That's Pastor Mark.
Pastor Mark is your arch enemy?
Yeah, but that, in a good way, because the reason why I say that, Josh, for real, the reason why I say that, Pastor Mark didn't give up on me.
He didn't.
He didn't.
Yeah.
And he showed me, and I have a lot of respect for him, a whole lot of respect for him, because he could have gave up on me, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He hung in there with me, even when I was having bad days. He was always there. I could call him, Pastor Mark, today is not a good day. He'd be like, okay, great, this is how we're going to do this. When you come home, we'll sit down and talk. It's like I do you. When it's not going good for me, I don't have a problem by calling. I need some help.
Yeah. That's real life.
Yeah.
That's life.
And I used to be the type of person that I wouldn't ask for no help. But I'm a different man now. And you have made that possible for me to be the man that I am now. And I'm in a good place. Josh, I really am. I got a good job that I love doing. And God give me the strength to wake up every day to go to work.
Amen.
And I'm truly blessed. I really am.
Well, Greg, just thank you. Thank you. You know, is there anything you would want to say to this group right here, these individuals?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your donation to the Arukah House is greatly appreciated because it's setting the stage for the next people that's coming in. And I would tell anybody that was in prison right now, this is where you need to come. Because this is a good program. And I understand that it's a good program because I'm a part of it. Yeah. And I understand, and everything that you put in the brochure, that's what y'all do. You know, sometimes it takes a little while for us to get where we need to be, but overall, I'm blessed. And I'm glad I'm here at the Arukah House.
Well, we're glad that you're here too. Give it up for Greg. Thank you so much.
All right, that's why. So I'm up here to show you the samples on your table. For those that were not technically challenged, you just take your phone and you can go right there. Now, if your preference is print, would you find this envelope on your table? It's right in the middle, right there with the spool of napkins. There you go. And inside, individual envelopes for everybody at the table. And inside, you know, this is sort of like Cracker Jack box. You keep digging in, you keep getting good stuff. Scheduled donations, donation amount, memorial gift. You can make it in somebody's honor. Check, credit card, debit card, all of that information, your contact information. That's the way you give back tonight. So again, we've talked about it. The gift of giving back is a wonderful thing. We've seen it, we've heard it, we know that it works. You're not going to have a bunch of administrative costs and it's going to New York City and all that kind of stuff. Nope. Right here, your town, your county, your friends, your family. This is how it gets done. So take a moment. If you take it with you, bring it back. These people love you. There's a web address at the bottom of the card, but we want you to give. We want you to give because you've been given to. We want you to give because it's meaningful. We want you to give because these are good stewards of good works. Can you give them, everybody that's been here tonight, a big hand, a big thank you? Everybody that has worked so hard to make this moment happen, to make these times happen. The silent auction, I think, is closed. You can go on your phone and check and see who won, right? Any other instruction on that end of it? Josh, any words of wisdom, anything I should share other than just say, come on up here and close us out?
Well, we got to do the raffle.
Oh, the raffle. Oh, sorry.
We got to do the raffle.
I was already wind up on silent auction.
Yeah, well, silent auction after the dinner, and I'll explain this a little bit more. You'll just, if you won, we'll check you out right over here on the corner here. Do we have raffle tickets?
Yeah. Look at that, a bowl of raffle tickets.
And so if you did use those envelopes, we have Andy Byron. Where's Andy? Andy's right in the back. Everybody turn. He's waving his hand. If you could have one person, so it doesn't get left on the table, just take your envelopes right over to Andy, and then that'll help us make sure it gets to the right place and doesn't get thrown away or anything like that.
Okay.
But we got some raffles. There's a lot of raffles in here. Holy smokes. Roland has the biggest arms ever. Where's Roland?
Roland, good job, buddy.
Come on up.
Nicely done.
Come on up, Roland.
Reach in here and draw something.
Thank you.
Now he's making promises as he walks up here. That's good. I like that.
There's so many tickets. I don't want just those last people. All right, you ready? Okay, this one.
Oh, we're ready. Here we go.
Should we do a big O first?
Oh, Big O Tire. Which Big O?
I don't know.
Oh, is it Eddie? Oh, it's Big O Tire. Josh Carey. This is Pleasanton. Incredible group of men. Edwin. Oh, here we go. $500. I gotta get deep. I'm gonna go this number right here. Oh, here you go.
Okay, it's a red ticket. 834. 764. 9 0. 834 764 90. Do we have a winner?
Shout it out.
Shout it out if you got it.
You got to be conscious and present to win.
Going once.
Feeling good?
Going twice.
834
Do another one.
764 90.
Oh, wait, oh.
Josh Cherry, Big O Tire.
Come on up and
They're
get your...
incredible. We have a program through David Halbert's office and us working together. Big O Tires and Pleasanton and Livermore are incredible.
And he's got the swag on. Give him a hand for having the swag on.
Oh.
Let's do another Big O.
Another Big O. Get low. Here we go. I got one right here.
Okay, blue ticket this time. Good pull. 851 722 96. 851
Donated.
722
It's Big O.
Big O, Eddie Hills.
Right over here?
What?
What do we got? Come on down. Come on down.
Eddie Hills, Big O Tire, Livermore. We love those guys.
That's
$500.
awesome.
Use for anything you like.
Okay, next one. Which one should we do? We should do... Oh, we're going to do yours.
Shooting with me and my brother John. Here we go. We're going to go shoot 22s. We're going to shoot trap.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
it's
whoa.
Christmas.
You just... Holy moly. Roland, you're getting all excited.
Yeah, it's a big day.
Oh, man.
We have 22. Those are the... Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
don't be so excited.
Okay. Lowly, not
He's
excited.
got a
I
little
got the
crab
here we go.
grease on his fingers. Okay, now what's this for? I'm sorry.
This is shooting 22s, trap
Shooting 22s,
at the
okay.
Sonoma Ranch.
Red ticket. 834 760 Lucky 13. 834 76013. Red ticket. 834 760.
Did we
Right
get
there?
somebody?
Did you win?
Who's that?
So you're just leaving.
Are you just leaving? Okay. Going once, going twice.
No,
Next
you
ticket.
got it right there.
Oh, you.
834 76013.
Yay!
All right.
Here we go. We're going shooting. And the last one.
That's fun.
Last one is a nephew like son to me. He is a professional, semi-professional bass fisherman, has an awesome boat on the Delta. He goes fishing every day. He feeds his family, and he will help you catch fish and feed your family too. So 2 people go. Here we go.
Okay, 2 people going fishing with a blue ticket. 851 729 74. 851 72974. Blue
Bass
ticket.
Pro Fishing.
Bass
Who's got it? Last 3 numbers again.
974.
974.
Right there, right there.
What?
Alicia.
Oh, going
All right.
fishing. There we go.
I would have picked her out as a bass fisherman.
All right. Thank you. And thank you for everyone that got tickets. Thank you to Roland, Pam, and Alan, and Kathy. I think we're wrapping up.
All right. Well, how many had a good time? Did you have a good time? The prizes up here are the heads and tails.
That's heads and tails. Afterwards, please come up and get that.
You win the heads and tails, gentleman right here, I think. That's yours.
Okay.
That's a good collection.
I think that's it. I'm going to close up.
Close it, my friend.
We're closing early.
What?
So you can hang out, but...
It's only 6:14. Well, that was yesterday. It's 7:14 tonight,
7:14
but okay.
now. All right. Well, hey, I'm going to close here. You can still hang out, but let me give some instruction and thank yous. One of the things about doing these dinners is that it takes a lot to put on, which is beautiful. I love that part, but I get to meet a lot of you, and I would love, I can't get to every single table, but if you want to connect, if you want to meet, I will take you out to coffee. We can set up a Zoom, whatever you want to do. I would love to connect with you. But I want to give you this warning, though. And my board knows this and volunteers know this. If you come out to coffee with me, just know I will rope you in. That's what I do. And that's the fun part of it, right? And so let me get over my notes. But I do want to be with you and hang out and just talk more about Arukah. And I wish I could just meet everyone here. But what a great night. Did you guys have fun? Was the crab good? I didn't eat. There's one thing that I talk about at every single one of my dinners, and it's about my 200-year plan. Some of you have been to these dinners and you've heard this story, but it's good to be reminded. Those of you that have your first time, I want you to listen to this because it radically changed my life. My wife and I are planners. We're budgeters. We put out our 5, our 10, our 20-year plans. And one of the things I asked her one time was, many years ago, was, hey, honey, what is our 200-year plan? And she's looking at me like, well, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, the idea is after 200 years, everyone that you know and everyone we've invested in, everyone we've given money to, everyone that we've poured our time into and invested in will be dead. What is our lasting impact? And not that there would be statues or that our name would be known, but that there would our love be felt after 200 years? And we started to think about that, and we started to contemplate, and we started to dream about what does it take to have a 200-year legacy that after everyone you know is gone, there would be a lasting impact. And that's part of what Arukah is. Because we are taking men, just like Greg and all the other guys, and they're going in one direction, and they're with a set of opportunities in one area of life that they could go to. And then they come to Arukah, and we're changing that direction and projection of life. And that is what Arukah does. So when you invest into Arukah, when you give with your time and your talent and your treasure, that's what we're talking about, is this 200-year plan. And I want you to be a part of it. I want you to be a part of this 200-year plan and join us and partner with us. So I'm hoping you'll do that. And I'm so glad that you're here tonight. So, as I close, thank you for coming. If you're interested in partnering, there's that volunteer table in the back, and please go up to that. If you want a silent auction, we have a checkout crew right over here so that you can pay and then pick up your basket. And then if you want to, we have people at our swag table. Grab a shirt, grab a sweatshirt, get one, get a beanie. It's cold outside. But when you do that, when you get swag, you wear that out, people are going to ask you, what is Arukah? And it's right there written, to heal and to restore. You can tell them about the amazing work that is happening at Arukah with these men. Well, I think that's about it. God bless. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming. And if you want to stick around and help tear her down, you can be a part of that crew too. You can start serving right away. All right. God bless. Thank you.